Alright, man. For anybody that watches this from the beginning, second attempt, we're gonna do this in the morning. I try to play some video games. Usually, like, for a whole year, I just woke up in pain, and after the pain, like, subsides a little bit, then all I do is just sit on my butt, do some work if I have to on the phone, call people I have to go call, and I just play games. Or sometimes I just stare at the screen. Well, it's a new year, and I feel good now. Praise God. Anyways, yesterday, I just saw, a home I haven't talked to in a minute on the stream, and then, I had some other homies come in, from IRL to stream, and we just had fun. Oh, I had fun, but then I didn't make any progress on this thing, like, so, in being honest, I'm not trying to lift myself up or put myself down. I just was wild, fighting everywhere. I wasn't a gangster or nothing, but like these Asians in the West Coast, not in the South, like where Tacoma and stuff is. Yeah, there's bangers down there, I'm sure. But like where I was at that minute, there was like all the Asians I met were squares. It's just what it was. They were, because out of even the bars, Tigs I used to go to, like, I'm sure there was big gangsters. I met some gangsters there. One, I remember, but it's just, it wasn't like Texas. Texas, like, man, I was the goofball, funny guy. And I was fat too, and I had no muscle. I didn't know how to fight then. I was just very scared of a lot of things, You'd be surprised, just working out as a man or a woman, the confidence it builds up you, and sometimes the arrogance, man. Because once I got my muscle, I still didn't even know how to fight. But then I started fighting up in Seattle, where in Texas, I never fought. Actually I did. I got beat up many times, though. With some boxing gloves at times, but that one of the older, like just 1 or 2 years older than me, just pounding me because I was too scared. I never been, like, I don't like getting hit because my dad beats the crap out of me. My grandpa beats the crap. I just don't like getting hit, so there's a fear in me. But once I came up to Seattle, and that's how I grew up in Texas, I realized, like, but these Asians up here, while we're drinking, going to bars and stuff, like, they ain't like me. Like, a lot of them. I'm sure there's more scary people up here than me, but, like, the ones I met weren't like me. So, and then I could start over. So I just started out was hard, and I just started being reckless, fighting people, laughing, causing all sorts of trouble, made friends everywhere I went, but also lost a lot of friends everywhere I went because of my psychotic craziness. It was just, yeah. Fictional story, I like to say. It's a fictional story, but yeah, my anger got so bad that, I just remember I was just so angry during those times and so arrogant and happy, but it was a false happiness. I just remember some guy was honking at me on the highway, and I was going, and I don't know if he cut me off or I cut him off or what, but like I think he was definitely in front of me, and I kept honking at him. And then we're coming into Seattle downtown, but there was a ramp there. And he goes up to the ramp and he parks on the gravel. And then I park on the gravel. I was like, all right, homie, let's do this. So I grab my knife and I come over there and I put it straight to his throat. And I said, what's up now, homeboy? I don't know if that's exactly what I said. It's been too long. All I remember is I put the knife up to him. And then, he's scared shit. I would be too. Don't get me wrong, if the roles, and I'm going to tell you another story where the roles were reversed and I was scared. See, you can act all you want, but who you are, only you know. Alcohol, these drugs can make you feel powerful at times, but who you really are, you can only know when you're sober, man. Yeah, so the second story to that is more humiliating and funny one for me. I used to be a delivery driver for a couple Thai restaurants. I don't know which one this was when I was working, but I was just delivery driving. And I remember I was thinking out. I'll tell this one before the car accident one. I mean, not the car accident, but the same situation reversed. I remember while I was delivering Thai food, there was a college kid, and you know what? I should have had empathy because I said I was a so-called Christian at the time. That's why I said there's a growth that happens. Like I said I was Christian, but like I wasn't acting like it at all at times. Like 90% it was like me just acting like a non-Christian and just saying it. But I just remember this little Chinese, I think I definitely was Chinese. I could see my Asian people, and I know which ones they are, usually. Younger Chinese kid than me, I think, or maybe we were the same age, I don't know. But at the time, I was just driving his food, and then he took like 10 to 15 minutes to come downstairs to pick up his food, because it's like, it just took a long time. And I believe he said he was coming down, you know, and whatever. Because if they wanted me to go up, I go up. Because, like, I want to do extra service, so they give me more tip. Well, this guy just gives me the change. And I give the change back to him, of course, out of respect. And then I'm... Tip, homie! Tip! He didn't give me nothing. And he went up. But now I understand. Poor college kid. And I also understand. I've been so American a long time. I didn't know that in Korea... I don't know about China, but I'm sure it's like that in China too. But Korea and Japan, they don't have a tipping culture. You don't tip them. We're just supposed to be good people and not accept tips. Like, that's just how the mentality kind of is. I described it pretty terribly, but that's what it is. But I'm American, dog. So, I like to say I'm Korean when it's beneficial to me, but at the end, I'm more American than Korean at time, mostly. Now I'm a Christian, so that's a whole different thing. But I just remember that the homie just goes, and I'm like, I'm just waiting like this, like, forgetting something? He's like, no, oh, have a good day. And he goes up, and I just couldn't let it go. I was so pissed off, because like, he made me wait. And it's like the pride of youth and my own ego. And I call him and I say, hey, I need you to get down here right now. He's like, oh, what's going on? I was like, hey, you didn't give me no tip. He's like, oh, I'm sorry? And it's like, you need to, and then I started cussing. I was like, you need to get the F down here right now. And then he came down, I was like, and he tried to give me like $5, and then I saw 20 or 10, I think, and then whatever I saw, the bigger bill, I snatched it out of his hand. I was like, all right, thanks, buddy. And I left, and he was scared. I feel bad about that. Now that I understand, like, it's a college kid, man. He probably didn't have money. Or he might have. You know, a lot of Chinese college kids, they're rich, man. I'm talking about like 20-year-olds driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff. Like, maybe that's what made me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get real irritated, you know, seeing those around. You know, we like, more than anything, human mind, we connect dots, right? And we racial profile. We do all this stuff, man. Now, like I said, I'm no longer a racist, man. I didn't even think I was racist before, but as I lived in Washington, I understood, yeah, I had a lot of racism in me, to a lot of different things. But that is what it is. Now, there's the other driving story. Like I said, fictional story from the first part. You know, Choco Pie's ego got to him, so he put a knife on someone's throat on the highway. And now this is the second, a different story, but the same kind of situation. So someone, I guess, in a Beamer or something, I thought it was some Asian dude, like with tinted windows. He just cuts me off. I'm like pissed off, so I'm just honking. And I think I honked at him for like a good 5 minutes wherever he was driving. And then finally he pulls over, and I'm like, all right, homie, let's get down. And then I'm about to get out of my car, but he gets out of his car, and this fool's like at least 6 foot tall. I think he was bald headed. He looked Russian, Ukrainian, I don't know. But I had some other friends that was different, that were even Slovakians or something. I don't know what he was, but he's one of those white boys. And he was scary, I ain't gonna lie. He was freaking jacked to the, and I told you, at the time, yeah, I was fighting, but I didn't have no training, no jiu-jitsu, nothing like these kids today are all obsessed with. None of that. It's just street fights. And this jacked up fool just comes over to my window, because I was about to get out of my car too, but then when I saw him get out of his car first, I got scared, man. And I was like, oh crap, dude, I can't beat this fool up. Like, there's a weight, dude, advantage, okay? And I don't have no fighting background, all right? And I'm a survivalist, okay? I'm not afraid to admit when I'm scared. So, but I still have my ego. So this big jacked up dude comes next to me, and I rolled down my window halfway. And I said, and he's like, in this little very like Russian or Ukrainian. Like, what do you want? Like, what's your problem, man? And I say, hey, and I try to like be strong too, but I was like, hey, man, like you cut me off there, but it's all right. It's all right, bro. And he's like, oh, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I think I said, yeah, no, it's all right. He already knew. He got me, dog. Like, he could see the fear in my eyes. And thank goodness he didn't smash me that day. But yeah, little karma. I don't believe in karma. I believe in Jesus. But you could say that's a little karma coming back to me. Shoot. I forgot a piece. That's a little fun story. Fictional stories, I always like to say. Chocolate Pie's gonna be back. Never actually came back. But anyways, have a blessed day. Hopefully that helps somebody. I always say, this ain't about the money to me, man. Just if only one person listens to this and it helps them and not make the stupid mistakes I did, then great, man. And hopefully, if you guys come to the Lord, even better, brother. But other than that, and sister, blessings to y'all. Keep your mind out of depression. Be outside, be active, and enjoy. Try not to be on the phone all the time. I'm speaking to myself. Deuces.